The sun begins its slow descent, and the entire sky turns into a deep bloody shade of red. It looks exactly like the final tragic baseline of the beautiful life that we once led. I find myself stepping on the gas pedal, driving fast down the highway towards the west, desperately trying to prolong the daytime, because the darkness puts my sanity to the test. Without the warmth of your breath against my neck, the night feels like an endless grave, and I'm just a helpless victim to the memories that I simply cannot outrun or save. The headlights of the oncoming cars look like blurry tears through my windshield glass, as I pray to a silent God to make this agonizing feeling finally pass. I'm just a broken soul chasing the twilight, trying to run away from the coming dark, searching through the heavy shadows, hoping to find even a single tiny hidden spark. But the night always wins in the end, and the cold shadows grow terrifyingly long, leaving me stranded on the side of the road with nothing but this broken, lonely song. We used to sit on the hood of my car and watch the stars come alive in the evening sky. We would point out the constellations and promise that our love would never, ever die. Now I'm looking at the very same stars, but they look like holding different eyes staring down, watching a lonely man losing his mind in the middle of this God-forsaken town. The radio is playing that sad melody we used to skip because it made us feel too blue. How ironic that it has now become the official theme song of my life without you. There is no dawn waiting for me on the other side of this dark, lonely mountain hill. Only the realization that time moves forward while my broken heart is standing completely still. I'm running out of fuel and I'm running out of time to make things right. I'm just a broken soul chasing the twilight, trying to run away from the coming dark, searching through the heavy shadows, hoping to find even a single tiny hidden spark. But the night always wins in the end, and the cold shadows grow terrifyingly long, leaving me stranded on the side of the road with nothing but this broken, lonely song. You look me straight in the eyes under the flickering glow of that cheap neon light, and you swore to me that you would never let me go, not even if we lost our sight. But forever turned out to be a very short word that only lasted until the morning came. Now the clouds have gathered above my head, and the sky is crying out in absolute shame. I'm standing on the sidewalk with my jacket soaked through, refusing to take a single step, thinking about the ocean of secrets that we both so desperately carefully kept. The water is pouring down my face, mixing with the tears I swore I wouldn't cry, as I watch the last remaining piece of our beautiful history slowly drift on by. Our love was written in the rain, and now it's just washing completely away. Not a single beautiful word you whispered to me was ever meant to stay. Now the pavement is drying up and the sky is turning into a cruel, perfect blue, but I'm still drowning at the bottom of the ocean, in the thought of losing you. Hey, I remember how we used to run through the storms without a single care in the world, laughing at the thunder as the dark clouds above our unprotected heads swirled. We thought we were invincible, thought our love was fire that could never be put out. But the cold water of reality came pouring down and filled our hearts with heavy doubt. Now I watch other couples sharing an umbrella as they walk down this lonely street, while I am just a monument of regret, frozen from my head down to my bleeding feet. Ink washes off so easily when the storm gets too heavy for the paper to hold, and the story of you and me is just a tragedy that will never be told. We were just a temporary shelter from a storm we couldn't outrun. Our love was written in the rain, and now it's just washing completely away. Not a single beautiful word you whispered to me was ever meant to stay. Now the pavement is drying up and the sky is turning into a cruel, perfect blue, but I'm still drowning at the bottom of the ocean, in the thought of losing you. I saw a familiar shadow dancing on the wall of that crowded little coffee shop downtown. For a split second my heart stopped beating and my whole world turned upside down. I thought it was you, I thought I finally heard your soft voice calling out my name through the noise. I could have sworn I recognized the melody of your laughter and the calm texture of your voice. But when I turned around with hope in my eyes, the room was completely cold and unkind. It was just a stranger with your same haircut, leaving me with the wreckage of my mind. I'm losing my grip on reality, seeing your face in every single crowded place, trying to find a way to survive without the comfort of your warm embrace. I'm still living like a prisoner in the dark shadows that we left behind, slowly trying to build castles out of a broken trust that I can no longer find. You moved on so quickly to a much brighter place with someone new by your side, leaving me to suffocate in this empty space where my heart completely died. I still drive past your parents' house on the weekends when I have nothing left to do, staring at the window of your old bedroom, wondering if you ever think about me too. Do you remember the promises we carved into the bark of that old oak tree in the park? Or did you erase those memories the minute you left me wandering alone in the dark? It's terrifying how two people who used turn into complete strangers, standing on opposite sides of our burnt out fires. Every morning, but it doesn't bring any light into my broken days. I'm lost in a labyrinth of old conversations and your unforgettable ways. I am the only one who stayed behind to mourn the death of what we used to be. I'm still living like a prisoner in the dark shadows that we left behind. Slowly trying to build castles out of a broken trust that I can no longer find. With someone new by your side, leaving me to suffocate in this empty space where my heart completely died. Every time I close my heavy eyes, I am forced to see the glowing perfection of your face, playing on a loop inside my mind, like an old vintage movie that I can never replace. You were laughing so loudly at a joke I made, holding onto my hand like a lifeline. Back when the world made perfect sense and I could proudly say that you were mine. We were sitting on the beach, watching the waves crash down against the golden sand, completely unaware that we were building a castle that the tide would soon demand. It's the cruelty of memory that shows you the best parts when you're at your worst, making you feel like a thirsty man drinking from a well that has been completely cursed. Now I am constantly haunted by the beautiful ghost of your unforgettable smile. What I wouldn't give just to walk back in time and hold you for a tiny little mile. But the silver screen went completely dark, and the beautiful background music died, and I'm just a lonely audience member who sat in the front row and cried. I saw a picture of you online last week, and it felt like a physical blow to my jaw. You look so radiant and peaceful, without a single trace of the pain that I saw. The sadness that clouded your eyes during our final months was completely gone. It seems like my absence was the only thing you needed to finally see the dawn. I should be happy for you. I should be glad that you finally found your missing piece. But selfishly, the sight of your happiness just makes my inner torment increase. Did you take that smile and give it to somebody else the moment that you left? Did you forget how we used to look at each other before we were committed to this theft? You stole my future and left me with the past I cannot escape. Now I am constantly haunted by the beautiful ghost of your unforgettable smile. What I wouldn't give just to walk back in time and hold you for a tiny little mile. But the silver screen went completely dark, and the beautiful background music died. a lonely audience member who sat in the front row and cried. You broke the news so gently, or at least that's the lie that you told yourself to feel okay. With all the cheap rehearsed excuses that you brought to the table on that fateful day. You said it wasn't my fault, said that you just needed space to find out who you are, while you were systematically tearing apart my world and leaving a permanent scar. I watched your hands pack your jewelry, and then I heard the sound of metal hit the floor. Your golden promise ring rolled away as you turned your back and walked out the door. You didn't even look back once to see if I was breathing or if I had passed out. You just left me in a cloud of sudden dust and a universe of suffocating doubt. Now I'm down on my knees, picking up the jagged pieces of a promise that we proudly made, watching every single beautiful memory we share begin to painfully rot and fade. These sharp edges are cutting deep into my fingers, they are making my open wounds bleed. It turns out that keeping a sacred promise was never something that you actually need. I wrapped a broken ring in a piece of velvet cloth and hid it deep inside my desk, a reminder of the day my beautiful love story turned into something completely grotesque. I look at the scar on my palm from where the sharp metal sliced through my trembling skin, and I wonder how a bond so beautiful could end up being such a devastating sin. You are out there somewhere living your best life, completely unbothered by the damage you cause, while my entire existence has been completely shattered and permanently paused. How do you sleep at night, knowing that you left a human being completely destroyed? How do you fill the space in your heart without falling directly into the empty void? You broke your vows like they were made of cheap glass instead of human hearts. Now I'm down on my knees, picking up the jagged pieces of a promise that we proudly made, watching every single beautiful memory we share begin to painfully rot and fade. These sharp edges are cutting deep into my fingers, they are making my open wounds bleed. It turns out that keeping a sacred promise was never something that you actually need. Every single evening around 7 o'clock I still walk past the closed bedroom door, swearing to God that I can hear the familiar sound of your soft footsteps on the hardwood floor. I stop and hold my breath, waiting for the handle to turn and for you to peek your head outside. But it's just the autumn wind playing cruel tricks on a mind that has nowhere left to hide. The grandfather clock in the living room keeps ticking away like a reminder of my despair. that used to feel so incredibly safe and warm can turn into a haunted mansion the minute you walk away from the storm. Now there are endless echoes in the hallway, loudly calling out your beautiful name. Everything in my life has completely changed, but these stubborn walls stay exactly the same. I'm just a fool dancing with the ghost in the flickering, dying candlelight, desperately holding on to absolutely nothing in the dead of the night. I found your old silver bracelet underneath the dresser while I was cleaning up the mess. And just like that, the memories came rushing back and hit me directly in the chest. I remember the night we stayed up until dawn, talking about how we would conquer the world. Now I'm looking at a broken string of promises that completely unraveled and unfurled. You walked away so easily, like our years together were just pages in a book you threw away, while I am still stuck on the very same sentence, begging for a reason to make you stay. If these walls could speak, they would tell you how many times I screamed your name into the dark. They would tell you how I searched through the ashes, trying to find even a single tiny spark. But ghosts don't talk back, and shadows never learn how to bleed. Now there are endless echoes in the hallway, loudly calling out your beautiful name. Everything in my life has completely changed, but these stubborn walls stay exactly the same. I'm just a fool dancing with the ghost in the flickering, dying candle the night. I woke up early this morning and automatically started making a breakfast meant for two. I poured the milk and set the plates before I remembered that I completely lost you. The steam rises quietly from the kitchen counter, but the atmosphere is heavy and dead. And the only thing filling the silence is the echo of the final cruel words that you said. I stood there with a spatula in my hand, feeling like a ghost in my own apartment home, realizing that from this day forward I am destined to eat all my meals entirely alone. It takes a long time to break a habit that you practiced for 5 beautiful years, and it takes an even longer time to wash away the stains of these bitter tears. I'm just staring blankly at the very last coffee cup, sitting on the right side of the sink, the exact one your delicate fingers used to hold while you told me what you think. Now the ceramic is getting freezing cold, just like the sudden change in your heart, reminding me of the exact painful second when our entire world fell completely apart. Your favorite mug has a tiny little chip on the handle from the time we dropped it on the floor. We laughed so hard that day, saying it just had character, and we loved it even more. Now that little chip feels like a symbol of all the broken pieces of my shattered life. A reminder that love isn't always enough to save you from the cutting edge of the knife. I can't bring myself to wash it, and I can't bring myself to put it away in the cabinet drawer. So it just sits there on the counter, a lonely monument of a love that exists no more. How do I unlearn the way you take your coffee? How do I forget the sugar that you need? How do I stop my heart from breaking every time I watch my memories bleed? You took the warmth with you and left me with a kitchen full of stone cold regret. I'm just staring blankly at the very last coffee cup, sitting on the right side of the sink, the exact one your delicate fingers used to hold. Oh, while you told me what you think. Now the ceramic is getting freezing cold, just like the sudden change in your heart, reminding me of the exact painful second when our entire world fell completely apart. The air got heavy the exact second you walked out that heavy wooden door, leaving nothing but a quiet space upon the shelf where your keys used to be. I found an old photograph tucked inside a book we never finished reading. Our smiles look so permanent then, frozen in a time when we were completely free. But time is a cruel thief, and it doesn't care about the promises we whisper late at night. Now I'm just standing here watching the edges of our memory turn into something unrecognizable, and I try to hold on to the warmth that you left on the sheets. But the coldness of reality is the only thing my body needs. Now the static on the radio is the only thing singing our favorite tune, as I watch the fading colors of a lonely, empty afternoon. The silence in this house has developed a haunting sound of its own. Yeah, the silence has a physical weight ever since you left me here all alone. I try to paint over the walls, but your favorite shade of blue keeps bleeding through. Every corner of this apartment still smells faintly of your expensive winter perfume. I find myself talking to the empty space next to me on the couch when the sun goes down, hoping that through some miracle of fate my voice would carry across this lonely town. But the phone remains dark and my hands are shaking from the weight of what we lost. We built an empire out of beautiful words, but we never stopped to calculate the final cost. Maybe we were just two different stars colliding in a temporary sky, brilliant for a second but destined to burn out and say goodbye. And now I'm left with the wreckage of a love that used to feel so divine. Now the static As I watch the fading colors of a lonely, empty afternoon, the silence in this house has developed a haunting sound of its own. Yeah, the silence has a physical weight ever since you left me here all alone. If you open up my phone right now, you'll find a folder filled with drafts of your name. Pages and pages of digital ink where I scream out my lungs about who was to blame. I write down everything I wish I had said on the night you packed up your heavy bags, before our beautiful tapestry of love was ripped apart into dirty, useless little rags. But my thumb always hovers over the send button for hours until my eyes begin to blur, because I know deep down that you are happier now with the way things currently were. So I delete the paragraphs and start all over again when the clock strikes 3, writing messages that will only ever be read by the lonely ghost of me. These are all my unsent letters addressed to a past that we can never reclaim. A beautiful, tragic masterpiece that was simply never meant to stay the same. I'm locking them all up deep inside the darkest corners of my aching chest, hoping that by hiding the words, my broken heart can finally find some rest. I found a notebook in the closet where I used to write down the things that made you smile, like the way you always mispronounced that one word, or how you could walk for a mile. I wanted to mail it to your new address, just so you know that I paid attention to it all, just so you know that I was there to catch you every single time you were about to fall. But I know your new lover probably holds your hand tight and listens to your stories now, and sending this would just be an anchor, dragging you back to a broken, forgotten vow. Words are dangerous things when they have nowhere left to go and no ears to hear. They turn into poison that fills your veins with nothing but regret and fear. So I will let them burn inside my mind until there's nothing left but ash. These are all my unsent letters addressed to a past that we can never reclaim. A beautiful, tragic masterpiece that was simply never meant to stay the same. I'm locking them all up deep inside the darkest corners of my aching chest, hoping that by hiding the words, my broken heart can finally find some rest. The old clock on the nightstand is ticking loudly, signaling that it is officially 3 a.m. I'm lying wide awake in the dark, tracing our entire history from the origin to the end. The bed sheets are perfectly clean, and the pillows are arranged neatly on your side. A stark contrast to the absolute chaos and misery that I am currently trying to hide. There is no soft rise and fall of your chest, no gentle heartbeat echoing against my feet. Just a vast empty desert of white linen where two souls used to passionately meet. The darkness is pressing down on my chest like a physical suffocating hand, and I am drowning in a house that we built on nothing but sinking sand. It's just a room full of heavy silence tonight, deep and completely terrifyingly profound, screaming out all the painful secrets that I wanted to keep buried deep underground. You took all the beautiful noise with you. You took away every single ounce of the light and left me to die inside a room full of nothing but pure, deafening silence tonight. I remember when this room used to be filled with the sound of your sweet, breathless sighs and the beautiful, quiet conversations we had while staring directly into each other's eyes. We used to fight about who got the blanket. You'd still laugh until our stomachs began to ache. Now I would give up my entire life just to have those beautiful little arguments back for my sake. The quiet is so loud that it's making my ears ring and making my sanity slip away. I am a ghost trapped inside a museum of a love that was simply not meant to stay. They say that time heals all wounds, but they are lying to keep the world from going insane. Because the longer you are gone, the more I realize I am permanently infected with this pain. The silence is a monster that eats away at my soul until there is nothing left. It's just a room full of heavy silence tonight, deep and completely terrifyingly profound, screaming out all the painful secrets that I wanted to keep buried deep underground. You took all the beautiful noise with you. You took away every single ounce of the light and left me to die inside a room full of nothing but pure, deafening silence tonight. Mm-hmm.